Welcome back to Justin Talks Villa. Right, I feel like I haven't spoken about Villa for a while now with all the other stuff going on. Thank you also for everybody that's joining in along with the other journey I am on with the fitness and weight loss. This is a Villa episode, though. That is going to be totally different and standalone from the other stuff I'm doing. So I'll talk about that on another podcast. So, Villa. Oof. Not a lot happening, is there? Not a lot happening. We'll get into it in a little bit. But I have been to Villa Park to do another update on the drone footage on the warehouse. So I'm going to show you that first. But first of all, if you are new around here, please drop me a subscribe, a like on this episode, and get involved in the comment section below. Memberships also, importantly, are available. Now, that is just to help this channel grow and to allow me to hopefully bring you plenty more content. I've got 4 interviews lined up over the next week or so. Some really good guests, ranging from fans who have written books to ex-professionals to icons of the club. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the next few weeks, and I've got a few little ideas as well on the build up to the new season of what's to come. So let's get on with it. We'll get through the drone footage of the warehouse. So I went down on Sunday morning and had a good look at the updates. So as you can see, we'll start here with the front end of the warehouse, where a lot of the roof has now been added. We've got 3 sections of the 4 sections of the lower level at the front of the warehouse, which has been added. And then, as you can see, as we move into the main hall of the new warehouse arena, we've now got both sides of that main hall erected. So I'll just pause it there. So obviously this front area is going to be a lot lower, and then people will be milling around. As I think I've said on previous episodes of this, that will be sort of where the food and drinks, and I think a load of benches. If you look at the footages and the pictures they've put out, that's where that's going to be. But this area here at the back, it was very windy. Well, I will say that again. Every time I go, it seems to be really windy, but at least it wasn't raining. So I'm sure at some point I'm going to head over there. It's going to be absolutely tipping it down. So I don't know whether I'll be able to get footage that day. So this here is the main area of the arena, where the big screens are going to be on this wall, which is directly in front of the camera here. I think I managed to get it a bit stiller now. So, yeah, so both of the front and back sections of this new big interior of the actual main warehouse building are now in place. So I would imagine over the next few weeks, the front section roof will be finished, and then they'll be able to move on to trying to start the roofing section of this back section here. So, yeah, it is a big old space. I know we've said this before when I've done these episodes, but it is going to be a huge area, and will become the focal point for match days before and hopefully after games. As I say, if we get sort of 5:30 kickoffs at Villa Park, I would like to think they'll get the early kickoffs, the 12:30 games on in here, which will allow people to get there early and just mill about, have a drink, chew the fat with your mates, talk about the game and what's to come. So it looks really good. So you can see a bit more closer here, the roof. You've got the underside sections of the roof here, and then the cladding on top here, which is almost finished now on this front section. So it's definitely moving quite quickly. I think the due finish date is Christmas time. So when you think we're already in June, you know, there's a lot of work to be done there in not that much amount of time, 5 months. So that's not a lot of time left. But yes, I still say I'm really pleased that they've retained the outside walls, because we love the brick effect, don't we, at Villa Park? This historical look of Villa is retained. So yes, looks really good. So I thought I'd have a quick fly over Villa Park as well, because as we know, over the next couple of weeks and over the summer, we have got quite a few music concert events coming up at Villa. So I thought I'd have a quick fly over and see what they'd done. And basically, it seems that the whole of the pitch now is covered with the matting that protects the pitch and allows people to stand. So there we go. it's all done now, ready for, I think my daughter's going to the Chris Brown concert, which I think is next week. And then obviously there's a couple of more concerts coming, which all adds to the revenue. It's a good additional income source for Villa in the summer, and it was much underused before Chris Heck arrived, and he has managed to obviously engage with promoters and concert organisers to bring lots of big names to Villa Park, which is obviously great for us because basically the stadium remains dormant in the summer, doesn't it? So we might as well get some use out of it. You know, such a huge event area, it's got to be used, you know. And I think we'll see this with the warehouse project as well throughout the whole of the 12 months. You know, you have to be using it and getting income coming in throughout the whole of the year. So as we will come on to with the PSR issue, which is looming up. So there we go. That's the update for the stadium. So yes, as you can see in the headline, I was going to have a quick chat about PSR Deadline. Now, we all know, widely reported, that we are short of where we need to be compliant by the 30th of June. And as I'm recording this today on the 16th of June, literally 2 weeks to go till the deadline is up. Now, it's pretty much known that we need to raise some funds to become compliant. How are we going to do that? Well, everybody just sort of presumed player sales would be the way, but I have it on pretty good authority that there are other means that are in play currently and hopefully will be announced over the next, well, it's got to be announced over the next 2 weeks, that will allow us to have a lot of leeway in the PSR situation this season. There will still be issues next summer, I think, surrounding not so much the PSR of the Premier League, but more so the European rules, which are a lot more stringent than the Premier League ones. And if we can become compliant, it's easy enough to say, isn't it? If we could become compliant on the Premier League side of things, PSR, then we've just got to make sure we box clever with the European rules next season, which are going to be pretty tight again. But with the change of the PSR to the squad cost ratio, I think with the plans that are afoot and hopefully going to be announced over the next couple of weeks, I would think that we will be okay on the home front, hopefully for quite a few years. I know the club are really pushing to try and change some of these rules and to increase the losses, which I don't think will matter once the squad cost ratio comes in. But yes, so watch this space. Expect an announcement over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully be good news for the club, and we can start to put the PSR woes of the last few years behind us. I know you're going to be annoyed that I can't say anymore, but you know, I'll just hear things, and you know, I don't want to overly commit because there's so many moving parts in all these issues that you have to be very, very careful before, you know, saying anything. So I'll just await for the club to announce. Hopefully, whatever it is they're doing gets over the line, and then hopefully we can all breathe a huge sigh of relief and just enjoy. Looking forward to the new season with the Premier League fixtures out on Wednesday as well. I'll do an episode on that when they drop. That's, you know, the start of the exciting build up to the new season. So on the transfer front, which ties in pretty well with the PSR issue, it is very, very, very quiet. And I think this is mainly because they are trying to get this all sorted behind the scenes before really delving into what needs to be done on the pitch. We have seen one link this week, so I'll just bring that one up. I don't know much about this young lad, but from what I've seen, he's a real big talent. But the kind of figures we're talking about, it's quite a lot of money. So we'll have to probably wait now into July before we start seeing real movement on incomings and outgoings at Villa. I still expect a lot of movement on the playing side. The big issue for me and the club, we know, is wages. The huge, you know, wage bill to income is unsustainable in the long term. I think they're managing it very well in the short term, but in the long term, that's something that's got to be sorted. And I think the biggest issue this summer is not just finding out who we want to sort of improve on in the first 11 or the squad of 22, but all those players that we've got to shift out that aren't a part of the squad. And I mean, no disrespect to any of these players, but Coutinho, I believe, is off to Vasco da Gama. I think that's been reported. Then Donker, we've got to shift him. Buendia is going to be shifted. The players that we brought in last summer on these sort of swap PSR deals, I think Lewis Dobbin will probably go. I think Louis Barry will probably go. Ealing Jr. will probably go. Barrenechea, I expect to leave as well. But they've got to find, they've got to find clubs for all these players, and the ones that are on the big money. It's very difficult to shift them on because ultimately they don't want to leave, or they do want to leave because they want to play football, but they're not prepared to go somewhere where they're going to take a huge pay cut when they've got a contract at Villa on good money. So this is the big issue now for the summer: is we've got to somehow shift some of these, if not all of these, sort of fringe players that aren't required anymore out. And that's going to be a huge task, alongside the demands of trying to balance the squad and making sure that we've got 22 players that are ready to go for next season to compete at the top of the league. It's a huge issue, and it's a huge task that lies ahead for the lads at Bodymore Heath, Monchi and Vidagani and Unai and all of the finance guys at Villa. They'll be working night and day to get all this sorted. So that's it for me, really. It was just a quick update, a quick look at the drone, quick chat about PSR, where I think we are and what's happening. We will see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Thank you all deeply for your continued support. It means a lot to me personally. Not only, the love of Villa I've got, but the love I've had from people supporting my weight loss and fitness and health journey has been incredible. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel. There's lots more to come. Huge season coming up. Lots and lots of exciting stuff to come. So drop me a subscribe. Drop this video a like. Get involved in the comments section. You can also drop me an email. I've had some really, really lovely emails about Villa and about other stuff. justintalksvilla@yahoo.com. If you want to drop me a private message there, that would be lovely. I've had some lovely messages. And as I said at the start, there is memberships available. If you like what you see and you like what I'm doing, then if you want to support the channel and my hopefully growth over the next few years, because I'm not going anywhere, then that would be absolutely magnificent. We've got some members already it's great. So thanks very much. Up the Villa.